been a pleasure and very stimulating to work with some fine people and volunteers in this developing emergency services to where it is today. They realized that there were patients who came in for a headache or earache or a fever and so on. And that's one category. They're kind of urgent care, but they're not critical. In other words, if you don't do something in the next hour or 5, you're going to lose the patient. The nurses realized the need for specialized training similar to the coronary care people. So Anita Dorr in Buffalo was thinking about this, and she knew of Judy Kelleher in California. Kind of the same thought process was going through Judy's head. They got together and talked about it more. So Jim Cosgriff said to me, Dave, as chairman of the New York State chapter of the Committee on Trauma of the College of Surgeons, why don't we invite Anita to a meeting of our New York State chapter? And we met in Batavia, New York, halfway between Rochester and Buffalo. And she presented the thing, and it made perfect sense to us. So we thought, why don't we have a meeting? Let's go to Niagara Falls next year in 1970 and talk about this and have a training session on a Saturday and Sunday. And the first part of Saturday, or was it Friday, I forget which day, we talked about organizing this emergency department nurses so they would have an organization mainly for training of the ladies or gentlemen who were interested in emergency services and emergency department. In the fall of 1970, after our meeting, Anita put together the name of the organization, Emergency Department Nurses Association, developed bylaws and so on, and incorporated it as a nonprofit, tax-exempt 501c3 organization. Oh, the symbol was the Roadrunner, because of course in the emergency department you're running all over the place, trying to take care of several problems at the same time. And they had a little picture developed on them. I sat there Sunday afternoon and I said, Emergency Department Nurses Association. I said, I got a name for the Roadrunner. The name is ENA. And so that stuck for several years. You have to have a single organization to say, we speak for the Emergency Department Nurses or the Emergency Nurses Association. And that's very important, because then you go to the legislature and say we represent, 30,000 nurses throughout the country or whatever. There are now about 209 hospitals in New York State. And they have emergency departments. It's very important that when you get to the emergency department, you have people who know what they're doing and can direct them to the cardiac catheterization or the coronary care unit and so on right away. And that's a great benefit. To those people who are in Saratoga for this 50th celebratory anniversary of ENA, I'd like to say a couple things. My challenge to you is keep plugging. The turtle always wins the race. You got to show up, you got to do your best, and you got to think of things, how you can improve. And don't be afraid to go to administration and said, Jim, we need this. Or Mr. Hassenpfeffer, we need this in emergency department. This is going to benefit the patients. Because they're sitting in an office trying to run a big, complex medical center. You're taking care of the patient. You know what the needs are of the patient much sooner than somebody who's quite remote. Thank you very much. As a physician and as a family member, you never know when one of you ladies or gentlemen are going to take care of me or a member of my family in an emergency department. And so I thank you for your interest in doing the best possible job you can, which I know you all try very hard to do every day.